What's good, YouTube? I'm the Hokage of Gaming, and if you want to improve at fighting games 2 times faster, then there's just one simple question that you have to ask yourself, and that is, how do I practice? I'll show you exactly what I mean. So for many fighting game players, I'm sure that when you enter into training mode, especially if you're in the beginner to intermediate level, you most likely go into training mode and you practice the strings that you've come to learn, you know, your bread and butter, that you know for a fact that you will be able to pull off. So for example, 2K 2D with Kai, there's no way that you're going to be able to mess that up, and yet it's very effective. However, that doesn't lead us to actually improving. And while these are important, I suggest that if you're looking to improve, if you're looking to just hit, whether it's the next floor, whether it's trying to beat one of your friends that you play against, I suggest a concept called deep end practice. And now what deep end practice entails, it entails looking for new tech, new setups, whatever the case is for your character. In this scenario, I'm going to be using Kai from Guilty Gear Strive, but this applies to all games. And searching for tech that you may not be comfortable doing and trying to implement it. Now, this might seem counterproductive because if you don't quite understand it, then it could not only lead to, you know, losing a match, but it might even be hard to even pull off. And that's perfectly fine, because if you're trying to improve, then the fact of the matter is you're going to have to struggle, and the struggle includes the hard things that at some point you'll have to learn. For example, here's another setup that I learned recently thanks to Kinetic Orochi. So that's a pretty basic setup right there. You're just sticking out your 5K to try and catch an opponent mashing, and if they do choose to use a invincible reversal, then you'll be able to recover in time so that you don't take damage. If the opponent chooses a reversal option, more often than not I will be able to recover in time and block the option. However, if they're mashing on wake up, I will be able to counter hit them and take back my turn. So implementing these two strategies, now I have a bit more of an advantage over my opponent, because if they're not expecting it, then they'll most likely be caught off guard. If I pick up on their habits, then I can properly implement the 5K and try and catch the mashing. Or if I suspect that this person loves doing wake up super, I can take my turn back in that instance. So now I'll be showing you all an example of me implementing this setup. In this first clip, you'll be seeing that I implemented successfully against a Viking player, and you know, I'm feeling pretty confident because I didn't expect it to work, but it worked out pretty well. However, in this next clip, you'll see that the Viking player actually decided to parry my 5K, and I practically lost off of that, but I wasn't too mad because it was a variable that I didn't account for. So instead of getting mad and upset, I decided, you know, I'll hit the training mode, see what's up with this parry. And it turns out that both Viking's parry and Anji's parry actually beat out this setup. So with this newfound knowledge, I'll be able to be aware next time that I fight a Viking or Anji player. If they know about the setup, then I'll be able to knowledge check them. And if they aren't aware, I'll be able to exploit that weakness. So to summarize everything that we've gone over in this video, if you want to improve 2 times faster at fighting games, I simply suggest deep end practice. That's going out, finding new tech that you might not be too sure about whether or not you can pull it off. You practice it, then you head out into your matches, whether it be a casual match or a ranked match, and you try and implement it. And if you succeed, go back, review how it succeeded. If it didn't succeed, go back, review, see what you could have done better, whether or not the setup works in a certain situation, and then you continue that cycle, and over time you will definitely become a better fighting game player, as you have more knowledge than you would have if you just kept doing the same things that you did and didn't go outside of your comfort zone. If you enjoyed anything that you saw today, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and checking out the links in the description below. I'll see you all in the next video.